Trailers being read. Yo, what is this blurriness on the side of the screen? A black hole? It's definitely looking like that. Alright, give me 1 second, TikTok, so you guys can see what you're supposed to be seeing here. Because you're definitely not supposed to be seeing that. You said, why do I what? Oh, it's no space. No, they were just seeing what you guys were saying. It's supposed to be no space. Then again, you know, Stream Elements has been borked lately, so I might have to do it. Oh, you guys get to watch the intro. You get to watch it twice now. I know it's probably loud as I don't know what. I still have my whatchamacallit. I still have my soundtrack. I remember I would bang this every single morning. Now that I got controller support, I will be on Clementine. We're about to put you into... Look, Phantasy Star is an entire vibe too quick. Like, if you don't know about the Phantasy Star series, you finna learn tonight. And see, this is why I ended up liking Universe so much, because it actually, like, all that's story. All that what you just saw was story. This is episode 1 of Universe. Let me turn it down just a teensy bit. Fully functioning hoverboards yet? Are you talking about us as in real life? All right, so we got to go to new game because we're like, all this is gonna be just straight, all new stuff right here.
In a faraway galaxy,
listen to your backstory.
Lies a sun orbited by 3 planets, the Goral system.
Oh, we're gonna sit back and enjoy this.
And their creations, castes, Numens, and beasts.
Humans created all the other races.
War among the races, a seemingly never-ending conflict. Then finally, an era of peace and prosperity that has lasted 100 years. But now a darkness has awoken and threatens.
Wipe Night Chronicles 2 with that intro scene showing story. Look. Yep, I'm doing episode, so this and then leading into Ambition of the Luminous, since we can't do episode 3 and all that afterwards because it was all online. So I'll play through this and Ambition of the Illuminous, and then I'll try to play through Portable 1 and 2. And depending on how this goes, I may go into I may go back and do PSO 1. Like, this brings back memories. Am I gonna do Nova? I never played Nova. I might try to, like, is Nova the equivalent of Infinity or not? Yo, he had a huge forehead, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, everybody. Get ready. We're about to see our main character. Yeah, you mean a 5-head? Remember how you said hoverboards?
Hello? Oh, hey, Lumia. Yeah, I just got off work. I know. I'll take the shortcut through the alleys and be there before you know it, okay? Yeah.
His mouth. See, this is how you know that this is an early game. His mouth didn't even move. And now I gotta go create a character because the main character's dead.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh, my leg. I think. Oh, damn it.
He said bad word.
But are you okay?
Oh, what do you think?
Well, it appears you've injured your leg.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
How do you feel now?
Using the same sound effects still to this day.
Hey, the paint's gone. I'm healed.
I'm so glad.
Thank you. Hey, was that a technique? I'm Ethan Weber.
My name is...
Ma'am, we'll be late for the ceremony. We have to get going.
Yes, you're right.
Now, if you'll excuse us.
Guess what time it is, everybody?
Oh man, I completely forgot. I'm gonna be late too.
Time for the intro again. You got to see two of the characters. I promise you, if they actually were to go back and just get some of the stuff from Universe and bring it over to NGS, it would change up so much stuff. Milquetoast main character, love the 2000s. Like I feel like if they were to actually make an anime out of any of them, it should be Universe. Just because of the way that the story flowed. But then again, I can't completely discredit PSO2. But it's just the way that the story flowed in Universe, it would have flowed perfectly for an actual anime. Look at these cast of characters. Everybody's rememberable. Also, when I showed the Infinity intro earlier, and when I was like, that person looks completely different than how they look later, how they used to look, that person that I was referring to is her.
Hey, Ethan! I'm over here! Come on!
Jeez, do you have to shout like that? It's embarrassing, little sister.
But the ceremony's already
Who actually calls their
started.
sibling little
I
sister?
want to find a good place to watch. Come on, Ethan. Let's go.
All right already.
I gotta remember where everything is in this. Like, I spent so many hours trying to figure out why my controller wouldn't work, and when I finally figured it out, we're in Silas City again. I ain't been here in so long. And look at the clunky slow movement too. Oh, how I missed this. But the thing is, PSO1 was even worse than this. I don't remember exactly where it's at. And you wanna know what makes this even more funny? This is essentially what you can make your creative characters look like in this. Like the NPCs are basically just created characters that they created. You ruined the economy in this game with the S grinder glitch. Oh my god. I only played it on PlayStation too when I played it
Why
online.
can't we just use my airboard, Lumia?
You know you're not supposed to ride two to a board.
Watch it, you klutz!
Hey, hold on there a second. You want to give her back what you just stole there?
What the heck? Get lost! I didn't steal nothing!
Lumia, check your pockets.
Nope. He is stuck looking like this.
Gone.
You see? Huh? Hey, come back here.
Ethan!
Killer B? Yo. I forgot what they called them. Yo, he was too happy. I love this track. This track, it was the train track. And there was a couple other tracks in here that I loved. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop.
Ha, gotcha.
You again? I thought I told you to get
Now
lost!
you give me back my sister's card.
Hey, buddy, you's got a problem with my brother?
I hate that he had a puppy dog face.
Oh, hero! Man, this guy won't get off my case!
Because you stole my sister's card.
Now, just relax, boy. We're the Vole brothers, okay? I'm
Vole
sure
brothers.
you've heard of us. So why don't you just go back to the hole you came from? Unless you want a piece of me. Understand, chump?
And if I don't?
If you don't...
Hate everyone in this picture.
Punk hasn't heard of us after all. Now we'll make sure you never forget us. Oh, God. I guess you're a little tougher than you look after all.
Ethan!
Lumia, you idiot, get out of here.
Who are you calling an idiot?
Brothers, grab her!
Got it!
Lumia, run!
Let me go, you jerk! Let me go!
Well, now, we wouldn't want your little sister to get hurt, would we?
Damn you! Now this is more like it!
You are cowards!
And I think
Whatever, girl.
I forgot who walks up.
So,
I want to say it's Leo, I think walks up. Because somebody walks up and they get
Lumia, are you
in
all
trouble for all this.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
screw this. Now you're gonna pay!
Ethan!
Don't worry. Just stay close.
Hey! What's going on here?
Yep, Leo.
Damn! It's a guardian!
Looks like you got lucky this time. Let's go!
Hey, come back here!
I'm not surprised. Most of these lowlifes don't have the belly for a real fight. Are you two all right?
Thank you, mister. You rescued us.
Yeah, thanks for getting in the way.
What?
Ethan, how could you say that? We could have been in real trouble.
I could have handled those guys just fine by myself.
Oh, sounds like you're quite the tough guy.
Wanna find out?
Ethan, stop being so stupid. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's gotten into him. Come on, we're gonna be late to the ceremony.
Yo, he was giving him the stankiest look ever. And she's berating him. Why do you always get like this when you see a guardian? Which that I don't think we actually get the I don't remember the full details behind that. Whatever, everything's okay now, right? We're here to see the ceremony, so let's go see it. Like, I know it has something to do with his dad. I think his dad was like a former guardian. And he wanted to find out what happened to his dad. But considering that part of the story, you can no longer access it. That's the only reason why I went ahead and said that. Yo, catch you later, Black Ghost.
Huh? That girl!
What?
Yeah, he was ready to give everybody the
She's
hands.
Divine Maiden. Do you know her?
Yeah, she hit him.
Maiden, really?
Yes, silly. She's part of the Goral Faith, the symbol of communion. They say she can see everything.
Who would have known?
You're saying look over here and she's on a screen. I don't think she could.
Maiden, over here! Over here! I pray that the holy light may touch you all and bathe you in its warmth.
I don't think they realized that, you know, she can't see y'all. She's not even like physically was there. She's on a stage completely. You know what? Never mind.
What is this?
What was that?
The seed.
Everyone listen. We must leave this place now.
Did you see that?
Ethan, we've got to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I think the place is going to be damaged up pretty badly. But I don't know if I actually get to fight. Ba-doom. Ba-doom-ba-doom-boom. Ba-da-da-boom-ba-doom. Move quickly this way. Hey, you're that guy. I apologize for my brother's behavior before. There's no time to worry about civilities now. Hurry up and get with the others. It's that Guardians think they can tell everyone else what to do. We're going this way. Let's go, Lumia. Oh, hey. I'm so sorry. Ethan, wait. I think we're about to get attacked. Yep, I finally got it working.
It looks like everyone's been evacuated.
That way's blocked up by rubble.
Well, hello there, Try.
I guess we've got a long walk ahead of us. Huh? Lumia! Get over here!
Let's see if we can dragon dance.
I can't. I'm too scared.
She didn't even try to move. Boop 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 boom 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 boom. I hate
Actually,
that.
Shadow Flash is dancing, not me. Shadow Flash, use it.
How was God Eater 2 try?
Ethan!
Lumia, are you alright?
Yeah, I think so. But there's so much.
Shadow Flash was the one that used dance, not you.
Okay.
Because he would have said 6442.
You stay put. Understand?
Okay, I'll wait here. Just hurry.
Now it's 6443. Wait, why is he 6443? Is that because of what he named his character in God Eater, since it's not 6442 anymore? 6442 is in the first one. They should probably get out of that. I thought there was like a justifiable reason that 6443 is the character that he's playing as now instead of 6442. What's going on, Spirit? Ding, doom, doom, doom. Look, PSU is still probably my favorite out of all the Phantasy Star games. Are we about to see a seed now? It's a Khalid, who is still grounded, by the way.
Sorry, kid. I'm too busy to chat right now. You better get to a shelter.
My sister, she's trapped behind some rubble. You gotta help me now.
What did you do?
Calm down. I'll call
What didn't you
headquarters.
do?
Headquarters, this is Leo. I've got a female civilian trapped behind debris, requesting help.
Roger. We'll dispatch assistance as soon as possible.
Got it. You see, kid? Help's on the way.
Thanks. I really mean it.
It's all right. Don't sweat it.
Okay. It's just that no one was around and I didn't know what I was going to do.
Hey, what's happened here? Where's that bravado I saw earlier?
Huh?
Why is he shaming him?
What do you mean?
Hey. No harm meant. Just glad you didn't do anything rash this time.
What's wrong with believing in yourself?
Nothing, as long as you know when to ask for help. Listen, you gotta understand. You can't do everything by yourself. If
I'm
you
gonna beat
don't
this
learn
game
that
by
now,
myself.
It'll come back to bite you someday.
Are you
be
saying it because you're a
honest with
beast
you,
and you're gonna bite me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you'll understand someday, kid.
Again, by the way, everybody, this is story. It's a seed.
Huh? What is that?
Beat myself? No.
Something's coming out of it.
I'm gonna beat the game
Be
myself.
careful. Damn!
Whip. Seed use tail whip. Super effective.
Hey! Oh no! Are you okay?
Pick up the blicky.
Real quick.
Apparently, Leifon is Ethan now.
I got it!
Except that he shoots with a sausage instead of shooting with an actual gun. It's not dead.
Is it?
I'll eat you, yo.
Hey! Hey, you alright? Where are you hurt?
I can't move. I'm paralyzed.
What should I do?
Help is coming soon. You might not be able to wait. Your sister could be in trouble.
That man was sitting there
Come take
eating some
my
candy.
weapon and go protect your sister.
All
Wants to spoon you at night.
I will.
No, he said he's gonna spoon you. The name is Leo Genie Santos Berafort. Friends call me Leo. And you like he's having a full-on conversation while he's paralyzed. Ethan Weber. Weber? Really? Yeah, so? No, never mind. Ethan, for starters, take this. As long as you hold on to that, we can stay in contact. I'll be able to support you through the terminal, so pay close attention. Alright? Not big on following orders from Guardians, but for Lumia's sake, I'll do what you say. Please do. I said that he would spoon me, but Leifan said that offer is only for you. You mean Shadow? Yeah, we know. So that creature, you can't go down the same corridor as before. That's true. Keep moving down this corridor until you find another platform on the linear line, then go up the line until you reach the platform where your sister's trapped. Make your way there first. As soon as I can meet up with the relief force, I'll catch up with you. You already spooned with Leifan? I'm good. Called him Pops. I forgot how old Leo actually is. And this is look. Saber and gun. Yes, the combat's slow. But I have a saber and a gun. I miss being able to do that. Like, I don't need to multi-weapon, just let me use a saber and a gun. And I'll be happy. Had a whole monologue for someone paralyzed, he really did. Alright, we're gonna save the game. So we don't have to watch any of those cutscenes ever again. Yeah, I understand, yes. Combat is very, very slow, clunky, and awkward, but I have a saber and a gun at the exact same time. Like, I miss being able to do this. Not in that fashion. Like, you can't basically hold a saber in one hand and a gun in another hand. It's pretty much one or the other. Should be 2 parts of the next platform. All right, time to do a little bit of fighting. Is these things? They're well, what is it? It's some sort of life form I've never seen before. What the heck are they? Just get past them. Time to box. Where they at? Wait, okay, that's my lock on. I can't wait till I level that up so I can get the other hits that goes with that. It must be starless? Yeah, absolutely 100% starless. I was actually talking about Infinity earlier. Did you guys happen to catch what the name of that healing item was? Monomate. Who remembers? And also, you can carry 20 monomates as opposed to 10. Who all remembers Monomate? Where the Rappies at when we get to Perum. I believe that's what the planet was called. So I got this under control. Great, you seem to have a keen sense for these things. Check out the containers and then there's these of that block. Break them open, look inside. Should be stockpiled with emergency supplies. Try, mate. I don't think Try needs a mate. We don't need another Try running around here. Is this playable on Xbox again? Nope, I'm playing it off a PC. Now we have a sword. Two-handed weapon, more powerful than a saber. Don't forget to equip it. I already know how to do all that. Do 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 do. Forgot how I had this set up. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. If we can get, if I actually can get it to manage to get it to work, I'll gladly play PS Portable. I miss having the dodge in Portable 2. Who remembers that sound? Like I've gotten Portable 2 to work because like I still actually have my saved data from that. Did it? Okay, I was about to say, did it actually drop money? I think we're about to get ready to fight a big one soon. All right, run up. Come on, lock on. There we go. Of course, we're going back old school. Ethan, are you alright? This is getting tough. I understand you're worried about your sister, but don't overdo it. Use a mono man, you can recover some of your health. I don't need to be taught how to do that. I know how to do it. Actually, I don't remember how to do it. Okay, never mind. I remember how to do it. Never mind. Yeah, look who it is. This an emulator? Nope. Native on PC. What are we gonna do? Calm down, I need to think. But we... Huh? What are you two doing here? I hate their idle stance. It's that kid from before. I guess you didn't make it out in time either, eh? Something like that. Look, I guess we never finished what we started back there, but on time right now for the likes of you. Later. Hey, hold up. Just a second there. We were wondering, can you help us out a little here? Yeah, we can't find our big brother Hero. Can't be said. Why would you think I'd help a couple of punks like you? Again, by the way, this is the actual story for this game. It's kind of risky to be wandering around here all alone. Come on, let's help each other out. Yeah, come on. We listened to it twice already, so you unfortunately missed it. And Shadow also missed that we watched the Infinity trailer twice. Or we watched the Infinity trailer and heard the song twice. Middle brother, Vol brother, no Vol. Do Vol. Get all that, Leo? Roger that, Ethan. Com terminals should have some spares. Lend those too. Manage operations between the three of you from here. Thanks. I hate that he's like missing a tooth. And I hate that their face pops up that close. I'm about to say, are they gonna help me fight? Maddie said you guys spread out like there's still some enemies left to fight. Hey. Yeah, I was heading the right direction, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing anything over there. Boom, boom, doo 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 doo. Are we about to fight the big gigantic seed now? All right, from there, go forward. Huh? We're going forward. We'll need to find a way to unlock this door first. What are seeds? The life form. The equivalent of starless. Doors in an area are supposed to open automatically in the case of an emergency. Oh, wait a minute. I think I understand why. A little while ago, I received a report from the troops who are making their way. Basically, the things that you've been seeing me fight are the seed. Look at all those creatures running around. It looks like the security system has been compromised. So then what are we supposed to do? The terminal to the right of it. Since the system's been under abnormal stress, you'll need an info key. If you access the console in front of the door, it'll tell you what info key you need. Try to eliminate the creatures that's causing all the disorder, and you should receive the info key. Alright, we can do this. Gonna need you guys' help. What do you know? It's a trial. Not an emergency code, a trial. Emergency code. Duel. Yeah, these things right here, these are see, infected life forms. Yo, that little sound that it makes. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Think I'm intimidated by these things? Yeah, group up real quick. And the photon arts in this were pretty solid too. And the thing is, they would get better. They would evolve. Like, I miss that being a thing. Let me see. Can I don't know if I can show it yet. But your photon arts could they actually had it, like, the more you used it, they would actually level up. But what do you know? It leveled up. So, like, when your photon arts would level up, you would actually, sometimes they would take on a new form, or they would change how they worked. Let me see if I think, here it is right here. So the more you use it, you see that there's a experience bar right there. See the EXP 15%. So the enemies that you kill add on to the experience for it, and then it'll eventually level up. It gets to a certain level, and then another attack would get added onto it. So, like, when it gets to, I forgot what level it gets to. When he does the uppercut, he'll jump into the air and then do a downward strike. That would be, like, the next part of the photon art that he'll learn. I think I can charge the shots now that I think about it. Oh no, that was that's a photon art. Never mind. Yeah, every time it hits 11 or 21, I forgot how it's set up. You know, out her Falcon punching things. Wait, am I going the right way? Also, another thing is, regardless of what level you're at, you could actually still hurt the enemies. Not like in... Okay, I see you out here uppercutting everything. Not like in NGS, where if you're 5 levels under the enemy, you just do 1 damage. So it was actually, yeah. No, you can miss. No, I'm saying, like, I'm talking about in NGS, where if you're 5 levels under the enemy, no matter what, you always do 1 damage. Whereas with this one, you could still do more than 1 damage, regardless of how weak you were in comparison. You looked this game up and saw the year it came out and felt even worse. If I think I have to go look for it, but I know I still have the, when you bought this, you got the soundtrack to come with it. Yeah, there's a chance that you'll miss the enemy with the attacks, but that was in all the games. And, like, you'll see me sometimes do 0, sometimes it'll just say miss. But I would prefer that as opposed to just absolutely doing consistently 1 damage. Kingdom Hearts stole PS use flow. Kingdom Hearts came out first, if I'm not mistaken. But based on that, they would have stole more so from PSO. Because PSO came out on Dreamcast, where Kingdom Hearts came out on PS2. But I want to say that Kingdom Hearts 1 was already out before PSU. Yep, now it's at level 3. Boom, boom, boom. Because this came out, it came out at the same time on PC, 360, and PS2 when this came out. Falcon Punch. Boom, 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 boom. Do 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 do. I can't wait till I get my Savaltis sword and all of the good weapons that I had back. So I don't even think the Savaltis sword was like actually like one of the better weapons I had. And now that I think about it, I just remember that was a weapon that I really had wanted and got it. And I was just like, this other weapon's better. Little goofy sounds they make when I level up. Always the best. No, it was more so like it was like one of the weapons that you could have a chance to get as a drop. And it was like, I think, an S tier weapon, I believe it was. Nope. Do. Not all of it. Well, never mind. I was gonna say they were the same level as me, but I'm still stronger. Yeah, PAL look like this. You'd definitely be trying to play then. PAL? What is PAL? PSO? I mean, this is technically the like alpha version of PSO too. Brother. Dole? Is that you? And they all do this exact same little goofy dance idol animation. Alright, try. You go to sleep and enjoy your slumber. Hold on, I just realized I gotta minimize this real quick. Hey Leo, looks like you're taken care of on this end. Perfect timing. The relief force have just arrived. I'm on my way to meet up with you now. Alright. Hey! Looks like the Guardian relief forces are on their way. If you go back the way we came, you'll probably be picked up by them. Gotta go find my sister, so I'm gonna head out now. Later. Hey, you wait up! What now? Make it quick, I'm in a hurry. We're gonna help you. Did a pretty good job taking care of my brother, so I guess I should thank you, so, you really helped us out of a tight spot. Yeah, thanks. Okay. This is kind of weird. Alright, so we're all squared now, back to normal. I don't think that this changes anything between us. Next time we run into you, it's not like we're gonna be pals or anything. Little does he know, we're gonna be friends for the rest of the series. Boo-hoo, I'm heartbroken. No, really. I guess that took too long. Is that a pancake? Hello? Huh? Is someone out there? Someone stuck under there? Thank goodness, there's somebody out there. I can't move. Please help. Alright, give me a second. Shoot it. Guess I'm gonna have to get rid of all this debris. Hey Leo, you got any ideas? Let me think. Is there a set of goggles in the equipment I gave you? I think there should be. Oh, I don't remember any goggles. Look harder. Here they are. I must have missed them before. Suplexer. Can I see that? No, I can't see it from back here. It's Princess Zelda. Thank you so much. You're with the Guardians, aren't you? No. So I thought you can always rely on the Guardians. The Guardians are truly the salvation of our colony. Oh, the salvation of every single person in the Gural system. Okay. If you wait here, the relief forces should meet up with you. Okay, thank you so much. I owe you my life. There are probably others that need saving, so good luck. Yes, I did say suplex your niece. Did you hear that, Leo? I'm no guardian. I don't deserve her praise. Sounds like her gratitude went right where it should have. You saved her, that's the truth, I guess. What's the matter, Ethan? Nothing, I mean, I was just thinking about all the people we helped. Bo brothers, that girl. It's just, I think it was all a good thing, that's all. Is that a revelation? Well, before, I think I was mistaken. About what? My father was a guardian, there it is. When I was a little boy, he died in an accident during a guardian's mission. He's trying to save a stranger's life. I was so hard on Mom, making ends meet alone, and then my mother died soon after having Lumia. The two of us had to go live with our uncle. I see. So ever since I was little, I've always disliked the Guardians. That's why I said I'm a Guardian and not Ark's Defender. They took away everything we had. I really hated them for that. That's not unheard of. We work alongside danger every day. Sometimes lives are lost in the process of carrying out our duties. But you know, I've never considered leaving the Guardians, not once. I'm proud of the work we do, and I'm sure your father felt the same way. They bring this up in PSO? No, because it's not tied to it. Surely your mother was also proud of the work your father did. Yeah, I guess that's probably true. So in time for this, I've got to go find Lumion soon. Line's got to be around here somewhere. Let's see. Can I see this from back here? Nope. Let's see, can I? It's just the one. Alright, let's do this. Bum 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 bum. Group of enemies. Hey fam, wake up. You good? I'm a guardian, so I have no qualms if this is how it ends for me. Go up as many as you can. Alright. Take the items in my nanotrends. Okay. Trimate. Hey, we got Trimate. Lay down. Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom. Oh, you avoid it. How dare you jump into me? All right. Bum 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 bee boom boom. This is the platform by the viewing plaza. Curious if the thing with the blockage have weaknesses. Is from this game. What you mean? How long is this game? It's about like a 40-hour game. Because there's a lot to do in this. Let me, are you hurt? No, I'm okay. The Guardian relief forces are on their way, so hold tight. Guardians? But you hate the Guardians. Oh, it's okay. I think I may have been wrong about them. And when you zoom in, you can see a glowing spot in the blockage, and you try to, you hit it to break it. Did I beat it completely? I've beaten this game multiple times. Boom, 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 boom. Lay back down for me. Photons do build up a lot slower in this. His name was Seed Vance. Chapter 3.
Hey! You alright there?
Yeah,
Sorry it took so long. Your sister okay?
yeah, she's safe.
I meant to come earlier, but we were short-handed everywhere. Guys, get working on that rubble, okay?
Yes, sir. Right away.
Yes, sir. Why'd he say it like that? You took this out all by yourself?
So, you did this?
Yeah.
All right. Not too bad, kid. Tell me, ever thought about becoming a guardian?
Huh? Well, it could be interesting. I'll think about it.
This way.
Watch your step.
Did it glitch out?
Olivia!
Yeah, I can see it now. Also,
I'm so
did
glad
you already? Yeah, you were
okay.
following Flare.
I knew you'd save me.
I guess it
I
did.
just
Twitch
knew
did the
it.
Twitch thing. Pulling the Minecraft realm.
The strange meteorites that have
What's
plagued
that?
the first and third planets, Parum and Motub,
Parum.
have finally
And
reached the
Motub.
second planet New Days early this morning with truly horrifying results. The meteors left a path of destruction in their wake, contaminating the Earth wherever they struck. The local fauna has grown increasingly hostile, along with reports of new and unknown life forms. Due to the shape of the meteorites and emerging unidentified life forms from
We
within,
call them
authorities
seed.
have begun calling these objects seeds. The seed destruction, which started at the Alliance Centennial Ceremony, has reached astronomical proportions. A galaxy-wide state of emergency has been declared. The planetary governments have mobilized the Alliance military force for relief efforts. Stability is the AMF's first priority in order to prevent any further casualties. Obel Dalgun, who leads the Guardians, has issued a statement.
Oh,
Presented
Bell.
here is a portion of his speech.
I hate his
But could
name.
it be too late? Experts are predicting another wave of seed attacks.
I hate
soon.
school.
Reporting
Yo, why is
live
that
from the
somebody's actual
Guardians
name?
colony.
That should be the end of chapter 1. All right, Shadow. Get you some sleep. Yep. End of episode 1. And yes, it ends like an actual anime. You get to see a recap of all the people that you met during the episode next time on Phantasy Star Universe. You wanna know the funny thing is? It does this even when you get further into the story. And instead of it actually, I think it does show your character. Is there a time skip? What do you mean a time skip? The only person we didn't meet is her right here. But we're about to meet her in the next episode. Like, do you grow up? No, Ethan stays the same
begins his
age.
guardian training on the planet Parum. Who is the mysterious partner that he is to be paired with? Who are the strange mother and child that they meet on Parum, a planet controlled by castes? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe, Typical Lives.
We may be able to get to this chapter. Guess what time it is, So.
In a faraway galaxy lies a sun orbited by 3 planets, the Goral system, a place inhabited.
Maybe I should have waited. Just kidding. Like, they really should go back and animate this as an anime. 100%.
お前はもう死んでいる。
By the way, the thing that he was rubbing, if I'm not mistaken, that's a mag. That's this game's version of the mags. Would I be annoyed? No, not at all. I would find it very hard for them to like, if they were to remake this and give it Phantasy Star Universe or Phantasy Star NGS's gameplay, I would be extremely happy. Like, that would be a 100% solid game if they were to basically redo this universe, but with NGS's gameplay. I would be 100% a-okay with that. Also appreciate the shares from the biggest official Naya in Dido Sama. Is that Dodo Sama? Dido Sama? I forgot what he names this robot, but it's pretty much the equivalent of a mag in this.
Good morning, sir. Rise and shine.
Master Weber, it's time to wake up!
Huh? Ha! Who the heck are you?
Good morning,
Sleeping with
Master
shoes
Weber.
on.
I am GHX005. As of today, I have the honor of being in your service.
It's only been 3 months. He
Let me be
he
the first
just
to
graduated
congratulate you on
as
graduating
a
from training
guardian.
school.
Thanks.
He just not older. He's the
Master
same
Weber,
age. It's only
if
been
you
3
do not
months.
get ready soon, you'll be late for
I
orientation.
know. Let me at least wash my face, okay?
I am GHX005, Master.
Now how am I supposed to remember that? I know. From now on, I'm
Pete.
calling you Pete.
Pete. Pete?
That's right, Pete. It's the name of an old pet I used to have.
Understood. I shall be known as Pete, Master Weber.
Please, just call me Ethan, alright?
Your only appointment for today is the Guardian's orientation.
Oh. Yeah. That's great, except I just got here and I barely know which way is up. Wanna clue me in?
And by the way, this is the equivalent of the creative spaces in the room. Also, the way they get their clothing on is fire. Clothes just magically appear on you. There's a lot of need to teach me about this place. This is your bedroom. Digi-struct clothes, pretty much. That thing behind me is my storage. Using the nano transformer, correct? Yep. Bum, bum, bum. Boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo, I don't think I really have anything that I need to... Yeah, now I got the thing that allows me to learn it. Oh, I think that's for twin blades, never mind. I'm gonna hold on to that. Can't you upgrade your weapon with the mag? I think later on we can. And then we get to put little statues in our room, so when we finish this chapter, I think we can get like a called Tova statue to put in there and some couple other things. Boom, 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 boom.
Welcome to my store. What can I help you with today?
Yeah, and this is stuff that you can put into your room. Unfortunately, I'm broke, so I can afford really none of this.
Your patronage is always welcome.
You hope I finish it? I do. I plan on trying to have it finished before this week is over. I think this is the Tekker still. And that's how we like make new weapons and stuff. There's the weapon shop. Boom, 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 boom.
Welcome. Can I help you?
Can I help you? You can dual wield. I think we'll find these later on, so I'm not going to spend money on it. I think this is where we can learn the disc.
Want something?
think burning is the one that we need right now.
Thanks.
I'm gonna finish this chapter, then I'm gonna stop after I finish this chapter. Is this going to be on YouTube later? I feel like I should add it to YouTube. Maybe I will just turn all these streams into a YouTube video and upload it.
Welcome. How may I
Welcome. Also, there was a class in this game dedicated to traps. Is it a long chapter? Not really. We're going to we're already going to a new planet. And we're going to Perum. And that's essentially the forest area. You guys are you get to hear when I get to MoTube, you'll actually get to hear one of the songs that you can hear in NGS. Haven't you called me? Been busy training. Yeah, right. Strange to see you out here all by yourself. What's up? Well, you never call her anything. She joins the Guardians later. Are you gonna become a Guardian all of a sudden? You always hated them. By the time of I want to say episode 3, she's a Guardian. And funny enough, your created character is her teacher. So I figured out all my own thoughts on the matter. Like right now, your created character is not a Guardian yet, but yeah. Like I've ever even officially joined the Guardians yet. My training starts today. I'm gonna get my license and become a real Guardian for a while. Like I think by the end of this, she starts expressing her interest in wanting to become a Guardian. By the end of this section of the game, episode 1. Bum, 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 bum. What's funny, again, this is essentially what you can make your created character look like. And that's how they just have them just stationed around here. I gotta go up one more floor. Never thought you would stay awake to watch anything about these games. This one has a very interesting story, I will say that much. Welcome to the headquarters of the Guardians, protector of Garal's future. A request or pick up one. Actually, I'm here for my field training, so to come here and take a look at your Guardian license, please. Here you go. A moment, please. Ethan Weber. Mina.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
All right, let's get this started with your field training first. Going to Perum. And then we'll meet our partner, which is I forgot what his name is, but he's gonna be around for a while. Now we have access to Perum.
Hey, who mans is this?
And then we also get to meet our teacher. Look, it's Lou. Haven't seen you around here before. Ethan Weber, Mobile Guard Unit Trainee. Nice to meet you. I am Lou. You're a son of Olson Weber, are you not? Second in your class at training school, not bad. I'm so surprised we don't see casts that look like Lou in NGS. Seem to know a lot about me. Are you one of my groupies? No. No interest in your human jokes. Okay. The dope thing about Lou is Lou is the equivalent of Legion. Hey boss, I've got something you might be interested in. What that might that be? This is a rare and precious charm that'll ward off the seed. You got one of those, the seed won't be able to touch you. Bull. Really? Give me one. Lucky today, boss. This little guy usually goes for 10,000. Little price. Except we're all sold out for today. See ya. Hey, wait. You'd be pretty gullible to fall for a stunt like that. All weapons. I do hate that you have to use... You gotta, like, recharge your weapons. Like, you gotta, like, not use them for a period of time. I think this goes to... Yeah, that's for Motu. That's New Days. I think Perum is over here. Hey, NGS, guess what I'm about to do that you guys can't do in NGS yet? Go to a new planet. They adding that? Who knows?
This shuttle is bound for Holtus City. We are currently passing over the spacious flatlands called Perum Plains.
I actually love the music in Perum Plains too.
Horizon before. Yeah.
We will soon be passing over the abandoned city Melvor. 18 years ago, an explosion completely destroyed the city. The cause of this powerful explosion was never discovered. The ruins now serve as a memorial for those who once
Maybe one day we might leave Alpha and go somewhere else.
Holtus City momentarily. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Remember, we were just in space on a space colony ship. Now we're on a planet. So this is Holt City. Seems like no matter what direction you look in, the buildings go on forever. Does this have a happy ending? I don't know. I never got to see the actual full ending for it. Also seems like someone's been staring at me as if I've done something wrong. Oh well, shouldn't let it bother me. In any case, go pick up my mission at the Guardians branch. Like, to get the full story, you had to have played online, because they only allowed, like, the actual story for this stop for offline after episode 2. Like, you had to go online to get the rest of the story, and unfortunately, oh yeah, we can't select a mission yet until we go to the Guardian headquarters. And here we are. You'll see all of Ethan's story, but you won't get the full story until, like, because it's the online. Like, you would have to like watch it online. I wish they would have set it up so that you could actually get the rest of the story offline, but yeah. I was recently just born. Sheena, some trouble with speakings. I think I see. Okay, what the? About the mission? Yes, please be waiting. That would be Rexy. Okay, here it goes, Kay. This is a message from your partner person. West District Open Cafe is where you will wait. About my partner? What kind of person did I get? Is my instructor like an old man or something? I'm a little nervous. They are not a man. It's a woman? Yes, she very is. She's just goofy. Really, a female instructor? Yes, thank you. That's all I needed to know. And look how she's just sitting there. Okay, always remember the Holy Light have guidance. This is not the same Lou, by the way. Hey, didn't we meet at the Guardians colony? Did we? I believe you are mistaken. Oh, sorry, the person I met before was a little frigid. That is irrelevant information. Nah, sorry. This one's a barrel of laughs, too. So there's your proof that every single Lou is not the same Lou. Alright, time to go meet our two new friends. Yo, Unique really pulled up and then left. Didn't even say nothing else. I hate it here. Hey, you're a Guardian, right? You got this special new type of nano transformer. It can hold 10 times what the old thing you got can hold. How about a special deal? Really? Of course, this is an amazing piece of technology that, You know, I just realized you probably don't even want it. It's not really all that great. Unique is okay. So long. How many times are you gonna go fall for that? What? Who? Think how dope the cast looks. My partner is creepy. She's intimidating. But she's not my partner. He's my partner.
We were meant to be together.
That's nice, but this isn't the right time.
Just one kiss, that's all I'm asking for.
Please, not now. My boss might catch me.
Sorry to bother you while you're busy. Ahem. You think I could get a Koltova juice? That's okay.
Of course. I'm so sorry, sir. I'll go get one right away.
Hugo, that's his name. I'm mad I just had to think about that.
Tactless as usual, huh, Ethan?
Is there any woman you don't try to pick up on? Try thinking with your head, Hugo.
I believe there's a spiritual bond between the sexes. And if the Holy Light brings us all together, well, who am I to fight it?
Why do I even bother talking to you? But just so you know, I'm supposed to meet my new partner here any minute now. And, rumor has it, my partner here is a girl.
What a coincidence! I'm waiting for my partner here as well. Please, try not to speak. Puts a damper on the conversation.
And here's our instructor.
You two look like my guardian trainees.
She's a Karen.
An unexpected pleasure. I thank the Holy Light for this encounter.
What? I told you! She's my partner!
My name is Karen Arrow. I will be instructor and partner to both of you.
Both of us?
Wait, that means... He's my partner?
We normally have two-person teams, but we're short-handed now, so it has to be this way. I hope you both understand. I've been observing both of you for a while. You might be interested in my findings.
She's not a
Hugo
stalker,
Wright.
she's their teacher.
Engaging in personal affairs while on duty is grounds for reprisal.
Yes.
And you, Ethan Weber.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been watching you since you've been on the colony, and your actions are too reckless. It's one thing to rely on yourself, but another to rely only on yourself. That's just foolish.
Wait, the colony? Hey, are you that girl that I saw?
While on duty, I expect you to use your head and think before you act.
Fine.
Even though you're only trainees, you have the
She
same
didn't stalk them.
responsibilities as
She's
full-fledged
watching
guardians.
them.
One wrong move can cost you your life.
She's their instructor. She's supposed to watch
The
them
life of a guardian
and manage
is a
them.
dangerous one. Now, gather up your things and get ready to move out.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, first thing we need to do is go over proper party formation procedures because we're going to carry this mission out as a team. Party formation? And now we get to learn about parties. Correct. Using the comms terminal you receive with your licenses, you can submit a request to the main Guardian's computers stating that you will be carrying out your mission together as a party. This is so that if you are separated from your group, you'll still be able to check the status and location of the other party members. Furthermore, even if you become separated, you'll still be able to communicate. This makes it an extremely effective system when used in battle. You good? Can you hear me now? Good. What? Are you talking to me? It's not so much something that you learn, rather it's something you need to get used to. Now I'll use my comms terminals to invite you both into my party. I need your acknowledgement from both of you, so pay attention. I'll start with you, Wright? Because his name is Hugo Wright. Alright, we're good to go. You're up next, Weber. Should have said no. Alright, we're done. Both understand that. You are now able to check each other's status, right? Understood. Let's try to dissolve the party once. Next, we'll cover how to add members to your own party. And now I gotta do it. Great, now using the same procedure, remove me from the party. Okay. Yep, next, right. And now I gotta do it again. So missions will be carried out with one person as the leader during the training period. In order to get the most effective training, the trainee is allowed to lead. In this case, we've got 2 trainees, so Weber, you'll be leading this time. Hehe. Yes, I'm the leader. Don't let it go to your head, Weber. The leader's role doesn't go beyond the formation of the party. The training period, I'll be calling all the shots. The reason I chose you is that you don't seem to pick up things as quickly as Wright. I concluded that you still need to practice before you are ready to see real combat. You lucked out, leader. Billy Bumblebees. That's an interesting name. In case there are a number of other ways to register a party, but we'll cover them as they become relevant. The mission today will take us to the Raffon Meadows flyer. Here we go. Let's go. I already know how to do all this. I just gotta add everybody to the party, and then off we go. It's about before, when I was talking to that vendor that was near that. Oh, is that you nearby? Yes, it was. You'll have to learn to be less gullible, Weber. Why did that guy run off like that in the middle of talking? No, Matt, well, all I did was stand there behind you. Huh? I once had a mission that involved a crackdown on all those street vendors. I guess I got a little out of hand with one of them. Maybe I threw a few too many punches. I don't know. But now it looks like I've been blacklisted by them. It's pretty amusing to watch them freak out like that, isn't it? Remember to stay on her good side. You say something? Nope, nothing. All right, get in my party. All right, where the heck is Hugo at? I think he said he's gonna be by the door, so let's go check the armor shop real quick. Actually, no, it's not. That's the parts shop, but I think they still sell armor in here, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like also for cast. Okay, maybe they don't sell armor in here. Boom, boom, boom. Is it in the green one? So I know this is the clothing shop right here. Yeah, Ethan doesn't change his clothes. Boo-doo doo-doo, boo-doo-doo, boo-doo, 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 boo-doo.
Welcome. How may I help you?
Alright, don't care for none of that.
Hi there. What'll it be?
Oh my gosh, she's talking to me like
Come
that.
again.
Welcome. Can I help you?
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. How may I assist you? Thank you.
Alright. Off we go. You guys want to hear the Raphon Metals little theme song? Looks like the lobby area is in PSO. Yup. Again, I'm going to point this out. This is Perum, as in like its own location. It's a planet, and there's multiple places where we can go on this planet to explore. There's Hugo. That man said he's into strict women. Alright, Hugo, let's go. I don't think I need to go back to the Guardian's base. I think I just can go straight out on the glider, the flyer, and go. Is anybody playing online? You talking about this? There's this, the actual service for this is down. They took these down a while ago. I want to say probably back in 2010. Boom, 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 ba-da-bum, 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 bum, bum. Boom, 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 boom. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boom. Boop, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-da-boom. Boom, 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 bam, 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 boom. And those are called Kotobas.
It looks like a cargo transporter.
They produce milk, by the way.
It looks like the engine's still running.
These ugly things produce
But
the
I don't
milk
see the driver
that they
around here
drink.
anywhere.
Check it out! Hey, what is this ugly thing?
Ethan, you really don't know what that is?
Well, it's not milk, but it's
Not
the
a clue.
juice.
So
That's a
what is it?
Kotoba.
Koltova.
That's a Koltova? I drink the juice from something that ugly?
What planet are you from? Don't you know the uglier the Koltova, the more succulent its meat is?
Well, then you are one juicy Koltova.
Sorry, are you guardians?
That's right. Are you a resident here?
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I'm Norfe, the caretaker of this green farm. Since the seed attack, the Koltovas have been strange.
Strangely?
Yes, they've become very edgy and aggressive. When they attacked, we hid in a cargo container. But I don't know where Kalam is. Now he's gone. I've been looking everywhere.
Try to calm down. Now, who is Kalam?
He's Mr. Rhymeson, the farm's owner. You see, I was hired to help around the farm. But Mr. Rhyme was killed during the seed attacks. Kalam and I have been protecting the farm ever since. If anything were to happen to Kalam, I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. We'll do everything we can. We'll keep an eye out for him. I'm sure he'll turn up.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Doop, doop, doop. Now we're heading to the Rhyme grazing lands. En route, we may come under attack by seed-altered creatures, according to our client. Even the docile Koltovas have been attacking people. I'll be following you too, so please take appropriate measures to stay safe. Alright, let's do this. Okay. I keep thinking I can still move. I keep doing that. Alright, so I can't attack none of that. Alright, so here goes the next form of the attack. Or maybe not yet. I think it's when I level it up, I should be able to do it. Actually, hold on. There we go. Now my gun has the fire element on it. I think everything here is weak to fire. I think. And then with that, we can look at this, and I think... No, it's not one of those? Okay, never mind. Oh, how I wish there was a sprint button. Boom, boom. That was my first red drop of the game. As you guys know, red drops are rare drops. Look at those Prim swords. These are not Prim swords. I hate that. You see this, Neku? Pistol in one hand, saber in the other hand. Why can't we have that anymore? Boo-doo-doo. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And on top of that, you could link the element to your gun, so your shots will always be fire shots. Like, I miss these things. Boom, 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 boom. All right, block 3. Sleep at work, fight the power. Don't give Neko any ideas. Also, I hate that he has a blue saber and I don't. Alright, now I got my blue saber. I hate how I said, I hate how he has a blue saber and now I have a blue saber. Good night, Zero. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo, 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 doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Would you drink something from a monster that looked like this? Just out of curiosity, would y'all drink something? How would it taste? I have no idea. Like, these are the equivalent of pigs, basically. Or not pig, like pigs and cows, I think. Here, we should be getting ready to get to an open field where we got to do a little bit of some fighting. I don't know if we actually go into the ruins in this chapter or not. I can't remember. Like how Yuga's out here giving like advice on how to fight, but hold on, let me see something. So once that changes to combo 2, that's when he'll do the downward strike. But I want to say that it might be level 10 when I get a chance to do that. Should be getting ready to have the seed attack soon too. Alright, I think that's the way I'm supposed to go, so let's go this way. We gotta go back the other way because I think we're gonna need 2 keys here. Yeah. Out of my face. Okay, maybe not. Do 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 boom 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 boom. Oh, how I wish I could dash. Just a flat out dash. But funny enough, this movement is faster than the movement that was in base PSO1. Yeah, the sky. Yes, you can go in a first-person view to shoot. This was the first one that allowed you to do that. I just noticed the screen tearing going on. Yeah. I need to get the little the hack thing for it so it it actually does it properly instead of just doing that. Because this game could only run at 1280 by 720 if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I don't even think it even goes up that high. Doo-doo-doop. Dum, 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 dum. All right, now we should be getting ready to fight the gigantic Kotova. No, meet the other army people, and I think they're like nice to a degree, but they're also still rude too.
This is unbelievable. The seed did all this?
No, this wasn't the work of the seed.
AMF.
Those burn marks came from Alliance weapons.
What do you mean?
This Koltova, it doesn't look like it was infected. Look, here, see? No, it was killed by a weapon blast.
To prevent a second wave of contamination, all wildlife in the area have been terminated.
But that's barbaric.
What y'all doing here? Y'all get up out of here.
What is it?
An Alliance tank.
What's poppin'?
This area is off limits. It is under quarantine. Identify yourselves immediately.
We are Guardians, here on a purification mission.
I am the commanding officer of the 177th Brigade, Fulyen Kurtz. Can't you see that this zone is being sterilized? There's no need for purification.
Yes, but we have a report of a missing child in the area. Have you seen a little boy?
I didn't know that the Guardians also offered babysitting services. You better find him quick, or hope that he's flame retardant.
Aren't you our allies? There's a kid in danger out there. Don't you care if he lives or dies?
I will not endanger the entire planet for the sake of a single child. The contamination must be stopped at all costs.
Why you?
Remember what I said. I apologize for my comrade. Is it possible to delay sterilization until after we found the child?
It gives us like 2 hours or something like that.
Contamination has already begun to spread up ahead, and we anticipate another attack.
Leave the responsibility of the contamination to us.
Very well. However, if you find yourself in danger, send up a flare. We will provide help if we can.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Get some rest. Yo. Take
Let's
it easy,
go.
Flocka. And that clip, it's priceless.
Novices.
It's his problem. Sure, you run into the same attitudes in Holt City too, but in Kaz, there are those who regard humans and humans as inferior races. Some even go so as far as to advocate a caste supremacy. And even though Perum, which is primarily under caste control, prohibits such discrimination, the reality is that below the surface, the most intense discriminations occur here. A lot of them are even members of the Alliance military force. And of course, there are also many castes who oppose those ideas, but for the most part, those castes generally migrate to the Guardians colony. Alright, we're skipping all this because it's just filler information. All right, here we go. Is that the green farm? Like the farms in the colony. And it's because here they take pride in bringing the animals into more natural surroundings. What's that? I think we got to see a gigantic Kultova. Or it shouldn't be the dragon yet. I don't think we fight the dragon just yet. It's the seed. Okay, never mind. It's going to change the surrounding area.
Oh no, the seed.
That one's odd. Never seen it before.
It's going to change the entire area.
The contamination is spreading too quickly. It's replicating like a virus. We don't have any time to lose. Let's get moving.
Yes, ma'am.
Dum, dum, dum. Bum bum bada 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 bum bum bada 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 bum bum bada 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 bum. Maybe I should have grabbed ice. Is that what the seed are doing? Yep. Thing we saw before, falling from the sky, they fall to the ground, extend their roots, and they sprout buds all over the place until they blanket the ground. Sprout and release virus-like pollen into the air, contaminating local life. That's where we get the name seed. It's how they propagate. As the seed virus encroaches on life forms, it alters them, changing them permanently into brutal, aggressive creatures. Still chance of recovery. The fortunate thing is that the seed virus doesn't seem to affect our distinct physiology. Information on where they come from or why. This is our enemy. On its seed-infected territory, due to contamination, there are a number of auto-locked security fields in place. With locks, we've got to remove the source by purifying the seed in the area and retrieving the information keys. In order to find Kalam, it's probably a good idea to split up the purification duties. Or provide an area, we've got to destroy the seed cores of that area. We got to use these weird... We got to find them first, then we got to use this weird gun thing. No. Surround the seed core, seed blooms. Destroy that. Yeah. There should be like 3 of them. Okay, no, it's 4 this time. Thankfully, they do it on their own too. Like if we get near it, and you've already revealed it, they'll start to purify it. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's do this quick. They hit a little bit harder than I remember them hitting. This is the Distovas. Not to be confused with Cultovas. I think we got some new armor now, too. Also, I like how the armor actually changes, like, the lining of, like, your outfit to let you know that you're wearing new armor. Got our star atomizer. Oh, you guys. Go find these other ones. The last one's like right here. No? Or actually, no, usually it's around it. I'm big tripping. Have them take care of this one. Boodoo 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 boop boop boodoo doodoo doodoo doo. I get escape doll? I did get escape doll. I was so mad when they started limiting how many escape dolls you could actually carry. Boom, 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 boom. Karen should probably watch out from walking into the. I say, what's taking them so long to hit that? Where's this last one at? Boom, 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 boom. I was about to say, hopefully he's getting that one. Oh, great. I just realized Hyuga's not really leveling up. Going to advance. Alright, we're on close enough so that they look at it. They didn't look at it. That should be it.
I've nothing left to teach you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just that good. I don't know if we're about to fight the dragon. Actually, it's not even called a dragon. It's called D-Ragon. D-Ragon. But I feel like we fight a giant Kotova. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yo, young Kesa coming through with the raid. What's going on, Kesa? What's up, Skillet? How y'all doing? Were you playing PSO? Yeah, let me give you a shout out real quick. I had to go back old school. Break out some PS. You had to get your Sonic runs done so you can get your undefeatable, and then your I'm here.
Take care of this problem.
I'm like 15.
Not the problem.
I'm like 10 kilometers.
What's going on, Papa Midnight? Welcome everybody coming over.
Fucking leg replacements.
So I'm guessing you won't be doing the thank you leg?
Exactly. We don't care about the quantum moment you came at your mama.
No, my leg hurts real bad.
What is it?
It does.
Ain't
Oh,
got
no, stairs. Fuck me. Fuck me, man.
The stairs. And that's just all you hear is, oh no, the stairs. What's going on, Rare Shiro? Those that don't know, I'm Chris Winter C1, and I am currently playing a Phantasy Star game, not Phantasy Star Online 2 NGS, but Phantasy Star Universe, because I just felt so inspired to go back to this after hearing the Infinity theme song. And people need to understand, you know, the evolution of how Phantasy Star was. So I'm going back a little bit old school, back into the early 2000 era. Even though we still couldn't dash or any of that stuff. What's going on, J-Mac? But you know, still, I love the story of PSU. 360 days indeed. Like, when are we gonna be able to dual wield with weapons like this again? Multi-weaponing is nice. Let me hold a saber and a blaster in the same hand. Let me run around with both of those at the exact same time and I'll be happy. And get some of that good old gospel music of PSU again. I do enjoy the structure set up for the story in this though. Like that's the main thing that drew me into this. I know you hear that like every time you finish a chapter, you hear that little ending song. I'm like, they need to go ahead and just make this a full-fledged anime. I don't think anybody would be complaining about that. They already got the outro song. They got the intro song. Only thing they need to do is just, you know, give us the rest of the story on how it went. Because you can't finish the story anymore now since it's not online anymore. So go ahead and give us our canon story and how it ended. I'd be happy with that. And for those that are wondering, yeah, I am currently playing this on PC. That's the reason why there's the screen tearing going on, because I didn't get the there's a little aspect ratio thing that you can do to make it so that it fits the screen properly. I gotta figure out how to set that up. My main focus was getting the controller, getting it to read a Xbox One controller, because it took me a minute to figure out why it wasn't reading it. Because I refuse to play this on mouse and keyboard. I'm mad that they were still walking out, so they just missed that entire thing. There it is. Now I got the third hit. Go ahead and run up. Make this easy for me. Ow. Alright, that's it. Yeah, you're gonna stop shooting these fireballs at me, real talk. Use the bow only every time you revisit this. I need to remember what it was, like what class I was using. I can't remember any of like the class information I had. I know I was a fan of the dual saber, like not dual saber, twin saber. I was a fan of that. I know I use twin sabers too. Like, I know those two are like my main weapons that I used. Like, I was like all around just straight up melee though. I do remember that much. Yeah, I really don't like this kid trapping us in different locations. Hyuga, you missed. It's messed up that I caught up to Karen's level. And she was like, what, originally like 3 levels ahead of me? I was like on level 4. How did I catch up to her that fast? Oh, never mind. She's like, caught up to who? You ain't on my level yet. Oh, another scapegoat. Or scapedoll, almost said scapegoat. Like, when are they going to bring back having multiple scape dolls? And I don't mean these half scape dolls that only bring you back with half health that you can only use once until you go back to town, too. Boom, 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 boom. Poke dog, guarantee you escape from one wild Pokemon. I love my escape dolls. They have come in clutch too many times when you get hit with Medjit and just die instantly. I don't know how many times that's gonna happen in this. I can see it happening now, in all honesty. Fighting somebody that's gonna use it and then just one shot. Here we go.
That looks like the alpha seed over there.
So, we gotta purify it, right?
Yes, as long as there are no
Missed the menu sound also. Look, hearing all these various sounds just brings me back.
What is that?
That's a ruin.
It's a relic site.
Relics?
They are ancient ruins that are thousands of years old, found scattered throughout the Gural system. It appears that the seed are often found near relic sites.
I've never seen one in person before.
There is still so much we can learn from them. This may require further investigation. We'll contact headquarters about it later. For now, we have a job to finish.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, Ethan, keep with the program.
Oh, yeah, hey, wait up.
Is it the dragon or is it a... Yeah, it's a Koltova. That's an ugly Koltova.
Is that Koltova? How did it get so big?
It looks like it's mutated from all the contamination. Be careful.
Bruh. They did not need to hit me like that and then just turn around and look at, like, just, I'm not even a threat anymore. Wake up, Karen. We need you. Bum, bum, bum.
You just might be my ideal partner.
No, I got some skill.
Man, that was pretty tough. Oh.
Stop it! Get away from my dad's Koltova!
Your dad's? That thing over there is from your farm?
Can't you see? It's got our farm's brand on its horn. This is my dad's Koltova, okay? So leave us alone. Go on and get out of here.
Hey, watch out, kid.
Let me do it. Let me go.
Dude, that thing is drooling. Smushed.
Yeah, I think.
You reckless fool. What were you thinking?
Look at the juice. Why is it that color? We won't ever know. I don't think I want to know why it's that color.
Look, someone's glad to see you.
I can't
Big
thank
angry.
you enough for this.
Oh, don't worry about it. It was nothing.
Didn't look like nothing to me.
It's dangerous to wander off like that.
Leave me alone.
I was so worried.
I promised my dad that I'd protect his Koltovas, but that's something a Cass would never understand.
No,
Kalam!
Hey, Kalam, wait!
You might need some help there, Ethan.
Kalam. It was foolish of me to think I could take the place of his parents. But I don't know what to do now.
You know, I lost my parents when I was about the same age, too. At the time, I felt like I was all alone in the world. It was almost too much to bear. But with the help of people who supported me, I was finally able to get on with my life. Kalam's sad and alone. He doesn't know how to deal with it. He's pushing you away because he's confused and angry. Kalam needs someone who loves him. It doesn't matter whether you're a caste or not. What matters is making sure Kalam knows he's not alone.
Yeah, why they manhandling him like that?
Go away. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. Let me go. What are you doing? Let go of me, stupid.
But I promised Mr. Ryan. I promised your dad I'd look after you.
Cue the credits. No, wait, we gotta go back in the credits. They were struggling to grab him, though.
I could get used
Yeah,
to
they
this.
were struggling. But they didn't have to
putting things
both
right.
of them grabbing an arm and lifting him like
Which
that.
reminds me, ma'am. I was wondering what you said to Norfe back there.
Nothing that concerns you.
Okay.
So, when did you join the Guardians, ma'am?
This is my 3rd year. I got my license when I was 14.
Huh? What? Let me see. You're the same age as us? You're only 17?
That's right. So I guess you can call me Karen from now on. But don't expect me to make it any easier just because we're all the same age. Is that clear?
Granted, when I played
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
I was either 14 or 15. So that means that they would be, if this was a continuation on their age, 35. I did not say 85, I said 35. Jeez, closed captions. You know what, closed captions, just stop, please stop. – 100% trolling. Get hardcore gospel later? Yup. Aren't you turning full on, what is it? From Metal Gear Solid 2? Scissor 69. Cruel Angel's Thesis from Neon Genesis. Oh, I was gonna say that's when the Colonel AI started wilding out.
Ethan and his companions, together with the archaeologist Dr. Dorson, head to the relics, only to find a Dayragon's nest. What
Dayragon.
terrible secrets do the relics hold?
There's a Savaltis.
And what does Dr. Dorson know? And who is the mystery man that reveals himself? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe, Relics.
All right, we're gonna stop it here because it's like almost 5 in the morning for me, and I still got to get up to do some stuff. 2 hours in, chapter 3. I feel like that's pretty good.